The dean of arguably the most important journalism school in the country, Columbia University, is in Jacksonville today. WJCT welcomes author and scholar Jelani Cobb to the station's soundstage at 7 o'clock, and the event will be broadcast on the WJCT YouTube channel. And our own Will Brown, who's a race, poverty, and inequality reporter with Jax Today, will be interviewing Cobb. Will, thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for all that you do. So Jelani Cobb is a distinguished historian, a staff writer at The New Yorker. He's won a Peabody. He was a finalist for the Pulitzer. You a little nervous?
A lot nervous. I'll be very honest, but it's going to be a very good conversation. I'm looking forward to getting his thoughts on everything from his time on the hilltop to probably giving him a little bit of grief about Howard and Florida A&M, to more serious things about his history as the son of someone who had a third grade education.
You are a Rattler, proud one, and he did graduate from Howard, so there should be a lively conversation there.
Oh yes, I will personally thank him for the Bison not winning the Celebration Bowl this year.
Tell us, though, who is Jelani Cobb? What does he represent to the world of journalists and black journalists in particular?
So, as you mentioned, Columbia is one of the best journalism schools in the country, if not the best in the country. And he has worked as a staff writer at The New Yorker for more than a decade. And he's written everything about the importance of black lives. He's looked at, given a scholarly and academic look at hip hop and its influence on the culture and what President Obama meant as the United States electing a black man to be the president of the United States. He's a blend of a historian and a journalist, and as he has said, can credibly and forcefully kind of walk in both circles with authority and respect. And so we'll delve into some of those things that he is astute in.
And of late, he's been also writing and speaking much about the backlash to some of the progress that was made, in the wake of the George Floyd's murder, kind of step forward, step back. And it's interesting because it's happening a day after the Department of Education permanently installed a ban on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion programming.
I can guarantee you I asked him about that to get his thoughts. The Florida Department of Education just yesterday, the commissioner, said that the state would foundations on academic integrity, and said DEI was in some ways, knowledge being corrupted by destructive ideologies. Those are direct words from the commissioner of education. And considering Dr. Cobb's long experience as an academic, in addition to a journalist, in addition to a historian, his perspective will be unique and distinct, and we're looking forward to asking him about it.
And he signed actually a highly circulated open letter following some of Florida's actions regarding books and such. He challenged the contention that the AP curriculum in African studies, they had said it lacked educational value. He says that proposition is supported by a white supremacist ideology because it fundamentally demeans the history, culture, and contributions of black people. He said that it's part of a broader effort to degrade, erase, and rewrite our history, and that if that effort is successful, it would mean the worst dystopias of science fiction have taken root. So not mincing words about...
Oh, no. And that's the beauty of why I'm so excited to speak with him, because he tells it like it is, as some people would say. And the thing that I think about is, since this conversation was taking place last year about whether there was, quote, academic merit, close quote, to AP African American Studies, think of all the things that have happened in Jacksonville alone over the last 12 months related to race. We have the August incident at the Dollar General. I know it's more than an incident, but that's where my mind can physically describe it. We've had so many other things that have happened in Jacksonville over the last 12 months. And so for these conversations to be continuing is something that I'm really looking forward to getting Dr. Cobb's perspective on.
Yeah, I think it will be a lightning conversation. His first editor was my first editor, wow. David Carr, and at the time that he hired Jelani Cobb at the Washington City paper, he said about him at that point, he said, we're all going to work for him one day. So
he was smart.
Yeah, able to anticipate some greatness there. And so how can people participate? It's going to be broadcast on the YouTube channel.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, a lot of tickets have been sold for tonight.
Yes, there is. My understanding is it's a free event. So I'm not 100% sure about the sign up, but if you go to WJCT and look at our events page, you might still be able to RSVP. I know that there are a number of heavy hitters locally who are coming in the worlds of academia and journalism. Emmy award-winning journalists will be there. President Emerita of multiple HBCUs will be there, is my understanding. There will also be journalists, scholars, an academic, an African American history professor are among the people who have RSVP'd to come. So it's going to be some excellence on the stage and excellence in the crowd. And so if you have a chance to come listen and learn and watch, we would love to have you.
Well, best of luck to you, Jax Today reporter Will Brown. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.